All right, so Jamuary Gaslit me. This is Jamuary, the hashtag. I'm going to assume if you're watching this, you know what Jamuary is. We don't have to get into that. How does an Instagram hashtag gaslight a human being? Well, in the year 2024, I decided to participate in Jamuary. I think I made it about 18 days of the 31 days. I'm a pretty busy person. I couldn't crank them out every single day. I gave myself a rule last year. Do everything completely DAWless. I didn't want to fiddle. I didn't want to mix anything. I didn't want to master anything. I just wanted to record audio directly into my phone as I'm recording some video. Its own annoying thing that somehow cell phone users haven't really figured out how to make easy for any of us. So we all need a bunch of different products to do this. My plan originally was to go out of one of three mixers. There's the IntelliGel mix-up, which would kind of make it so every jam I did was Eurorack, and I wanted to involve some other machines. My interface at the time was the Tascam Model 12, which is a mixer. The problem with that one is at the time I was starting to struggle with it because everything from it sounded so pristine and perfect, kind of sounded digital, and I didn't know at the time it was in fact digital. So the third option was this Mackie Mix 8, a beast of a tiny mixer. I focused a lot of attention on this for my entire month of jams. What I found was I could drive the preamps of this thing because it's this little crappy analog mixer. I could drive it super hard and everything just began to sound brilliant. It was just this wonderful, rich sound, and I'd never really fiddled with distorting preamps before. It was a whole new world to me opened up immediately. When I record things, I like to just kind of keep it in the green, keep it at a nice level, and then I could fiddle with it afterward. But what an analog mixer was giving me the freedom of is going into the red, and the red not being a bad thing. It wasn't this scary place to be anymore. It was this saturated, pleasing distortion that a lot of my instruments kind of lack. Sending them through the mixer first and letting it go into the red gave it this little lift. So that got me all crazy. I started watching a million videos of character preamps. I was going to buy one or two preamps and just start sending everything through that. I quickly learned that those things were completely out of my price range and probably overkill for what I do. I'm an electronic musician. I'm mostly just plugging things into interfaces and using plugins or using pedals on it if I do want some kind of effect. So I just gave up on that. That just became annoying. So the rules are set in place. I'm going to use this mixer for every jam I was doing. There's still the factor of the digital delivery source, which is a term I just made up. How to get audio from your source to your phone. There has to be some kind of interface, which brings us to the dongle.
Dongle.
I don't have it anymore. If I had it, I'd be holding it instead of just holding my fingers up. The dongle. So I had this little piece. I thought I had cracked some code because I didn't have to spend $75, $100 on an iRig. I had this weird little dongle that I got for like $16, and you could record audio from your mixer to your phone, and it sounded quite good. The only problem was it was mono. It basically took both of your left and right, summed them into one channel, and had kind of equal parts going into the stereo recording. I think that's how it works. I don't quite understand it. Once I learned that, I started hearing it differently. It sounded fine to me before I knew that. And then somebody set me straight and I didn't like it anymore. My ears couldn't really adjust back to the fact that I didn't have stereo spread anymore. So I went ahead, I bit the iRig bullet, the iRig Stream. This thing made life so much easier for me. I should have bought this years ago. I'm an idiot. If you do what I do, if you make electronic music that you're summing into a mixer and you want to share it with people via a phone and apps, just get this thing. It makes your life so much easier. So anyway, I thought I could even upgrade my mixer and even make things sound cooler. So I did what you do. I got on the old Sweetwater and started looking up analog mixers. Just wanted to get the coolest, most interesting sound from a cheap analog mixer. I realized in my garage, I had this dusty box that somebody just handed me one day. It was just sitting there, but it's this beautiful piece of gear from the early 90s. It's the Tascam MM200. It's really basic line mixer, panning, preamps, effect sends, headphone out. It's got the BBE exciter built into it, which I had no idea what it even was. I just started turning it on and it made everything kind of sound better. I realized you kind of need a patch bay for this thing, so you're not reaching around something every single time you wanted to use it. And now I have a patch bay, which is incredible. It's so simple. I've got everything patched up, so I have my ins for the mixer on my left side, my ins for the interface on the right. I've got effect sends coming out of it that I can patch in and out of things, which brings us to the interface. I decided from all of this that I needed to replace the Model 12 and get a proper big boy interface. I went for something simple that I can just use my patch bay with. I don't record drums or anything. I don't often record 2 mics at a time even, so I don't need anything with a whole bunch of microphone preamps on the front. The Mo2 Ultralight MK5. It's been pretty decent. I'm still kind of learning it, but it's great. So going through all of this, my studio is now this clean, streamlined place that I enjoy being in more. I actually come in here and I get what I need to get done in a fast chunk of time. I'm not fiddling with a bunch of wires. I'm just making music. Going through all this with the gear caused me to rethink kind of everything I do, my complete approach to stepping into this room. I like the idea of just flicking a switch and being able to play, being able to record easily. I still have to plug things in now and then, but it's fast. I can record any which way I want. I can go through the mixer. I can go through the interface. I can record directly into my phone. I'm still making a lot of content for the old social media, so it works out quite nicely. Just some things for you to think about in your Jamuary. I hope this year's Jamuary is totally rad and we all have a great time and make some good music. I haven't even seen any prompts yet. Somebody send me some prompts. Are you doing Jamuary this year? Anywho, thanks for watching my dumb video. Please subscribe to my dumb channel. Bye.